Inwardly, everything should be different, but our outward face should conform with the crowd. Nature hath given men one tongue but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Anyone who can make you angry becomes your master. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. If a man knows not which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them, but because we had them. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of one thing, in which it is right to be stingy. Here is a rule to remember in future. When anything tempts you to feel bitter, not, "This is misfortune," but, "To bear this worthily is good fortune." Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. He who is brave is free. No man was ever wise by chance. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. Nothing endures but change. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Death smiles at us all. All we can do is smile back. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Difficulty shows what men are. All cruelty springs from weakness. Be silent for the most part, or, if you speak, say only what is necessary in a few words. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. It's time you realize that you have something in you more powerful and miraculous than the things that affect you and make you dance like a puppet. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. While we wait for life, life passes. What we do now echoes in eternity. The willing are led by fate, the reluctant dragged. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself. Freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of men's desires, but by the removal of desire. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Whatever can happen at any time can happen today. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Mastery of reading and writing requires a master. Still more so, life. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. It can ruin your life only if it ruins your character. Otherwise, it cannot harm you, inside or out. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other. So either teach them or learn to bear them. Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. We live only now. Everything else is either past or is unknown. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Our life is what our thoughts make it. Whatever happens at all happens as it should. You will find this true if you watch narrowly. It's not that we have little time, but more that we waste a good deal of it. Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In banquets, remember that you entertain two guests, body and soul. And whatever you shall have given to the body, you soon eject. But what you shall have given to the soul, you keep always. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. The best answer to anger is silence. Agreed. But nature set a limit on that, as it did on eating and drinking. Life, if well lived, is long enough. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. He is the most powerful who has power over himself. If what you have seems insufficient to you, then though you possess the world, you will yet be miserable. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. No man can escape his destiny, the next inquiry being how he may best live the time that he has to live. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. To wish to be well is a part of becoming well. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. He who has injured thee was either stronger or weaker than thee. If weaker, spare him. If stronger, spare thyself. Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior, regardless of what other people think or do. Hold to your true aspirations, no matter what is going on around you. If evil be said of thee, and if it be true, correct thyself. If it is a lie, laugh at it. It is our attitude toward events, not events themselves, which we can control. Nothing is by its own nature calamitous. Even death is terrible only if we fear it. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. But life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Confine yourself to the present. Respect the past. Be open to the future. Small-minded people blame others. Average people blame themselves. The wise see all blame as foolishness. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. Learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. The life we receive is not short, but we make it so. We are not ill provided, but use what we have wastefully. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself and your way of thinking. Stay calm and serene, regardless of what life throws at you.